Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Maybe we start on the daily time frame. I did that yesterday as well, and I showed you on the Ethereum daily chart. I showed you a trend line, and the price, in fact, actually did find support exactly there. So trend line was touched, and we got a very, very strong rebound also from this Fibonacci support area on our daily time frame. This trend line is relevant because we had enough touch points to really make it relevant. Here, October last year, a couple of touches here in May, and then obviously yesterday. So that is another additional area or sort of set of parameters, I should say, that I'm watching. In addition to that, and this is only the daily time frame, I'm tracking this descending trend line. So it really looks as if we get to a decision here very soon because we're heading into the apex. These are trend lines I'm actively watching. So yeah, I've got them. I will update them. I will highlight when they break, or at least when I assume that we are getting closer to them and they might break. So this is something in addition. So it's interesting to see that we had this touch point here yesterday and that the price gave quite a strong bounce, right? And has recovered to above that 50% retracement level. Quick info, as silver and gold members, you get access to these live charts, so you get all these updated trend lines as well. Looking at the shorter time frame now, here I don't show it, I show some shorter time frame trend lines as well. I feel they are quite relevant in these messy corrections to give us an additional set of parameters, because in corrections, doing micro counting with Elliott wave, it is challenging, and these corrections are extremely extended, especially in the current market phase. So I feel we need an additional set of parameters, which could also act as trade setups for some of you, depending on whether you like to trade trend lines or not. Okay, so this is a shorter time frame. Here, the current idea is that we are in this larger degree fourth wave. We might test again the area of the May and April lows around 2,900 to 2,700. Idea is that we're currently moving down here in an ending diagonal, which is a C wave after a B wave top, very similar to Bitcoin's chart. If we zoom in a bit, we're dealing with a C wave down, which is a 5-wave move. So wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, 5. The idea is that we are in some kind of a wave 4 now. We were watching for a wave 4 yesterday. The only question is it the smaller degree wave 4, where initial resistance is likely going to be respected? Or is it already the larger degree wave 4 with just a higher resistance area? But either way, I'd like to see either one more low or two more lows. Yeah, that's currently my idea. Again, I'm not convinced about the micro count here. I do my best with it. But this choppiness here allows for multiple interpretations. It just does, okay? So I could, for example, also put that B wave. I could put that B wave here. I can put that B wave here. And it just opens the door to a lot of different messy corrective structures. So don't necessarily use only the fibs if you're trading short here. I think best is maybe to use some other indicators as well. I mean, I'm using the fibs as well here to highlight when it is likely that the next decline has started. And if we say, okay, look, let's assume wave B of 3 finished here, finished here on Thursday the 20th, then we're now in wave C, which should be a 5-wave move. Wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3 ideally gets another low. Ideally, yeah. What is, of course, possible is that we had something like this, 3, 4, and we had a truncation in wave 5. This would make it difficult. But I highlighted to you a resistance area. The resistance area is currently being tested. And now we see if the market reacts to it, gets rejected. As an initial sign that the price is getting rejected from this resistance area, I need a break below 3,271. I mentioned already in Bitcoin's video, look, we have these resistance areas, the price gets into them, and then we're watching the price to see is there any reaction, or make an assessment, okay, that looks as if it might push a little bit higher. it looks as if it might push a little bit higher. It might just touch the trend line here. So therefore I said the fibs based on these micro counts, because the micro counts are a little bit fragile, okay, and dynamic. This is literally just, okay, if this is this wave 4 of this wave degree, we shouldn't really get a sustained break above 3,388. If we get a pullback now and it's corrective and it finds support in this support zone between 3,334 and 3,271, it could set up higher for a larger fourth wave. And then we can also watch the next trend line, and we can watch this resistance area between 3,470 and 3,622. Those are the parameters to watch for today. You've got support, you've got two sets of resistances, trend lines, but this is just the mess of a correction. Obviously, the idea is that even if we go into the larger resistance area at the moment, I have no evidence to say that the correction, the overall correction, is finished. All right, even though of course it could finish at any point, but I need some kind of evidence for it. So at the moment, preferred is further downside until we get a break of resistances, which is convincing enough to say that something more bullish is playing out. Mentioned yesterday to you that, for example, on the Bitcoin chart, Ether is a bit different, but on the Bitcoin chart, the daily RSI is oversold. That has historically been usually a really good buy signal. Okay, so that's just, I'll leave it at that. Obviously, I don't expect the reversal to happen already, but I also don't think we are in a bear mode. Yeah? Just looks as if this correction needs a few more squiggles to the downside. So I will not confirm a low in place, but it might be that we are working on a larger fourth wave there. That's my update about Ether. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.